One way the enemy works to destroy, or rather, gain power, okay, is he has to first destroy. Listen at the motorcycles loud. Okay, there it goes. All right, so one way that the enemy can gain power in your life, or just in general, is to destroy your authority. And I'm going to give you how that, an example of what that looks like. So even in scripture, when God tells us that he's given us the authority and power to trample on the heads of scorpions and serpents, right? So you have to first know that you have authority. If you do not know you have authority, right, that's first and foremost how the enemy is able to gain power over your life and in your life. And so I'm going to give you, like I said, a practical example of, or like more of a real life scenario for this, right? So when you have a boyfriend, right, maybe he's obsessive, and this doesn't just have to be men, so let me not just say boyfriend. If you have a romantic partner, okay, and they are, you don't know it yet, but they're a little possessive, controlling, obsessive, right? Their goal is to gain power in your life, and more so gain authority in your life. So what they'll start to do is destroy the authority of others in your life. What do you mean by this? They will start to limit access to those people. So they'll lure you away from family, friends, other people in general, right? They'll try to isolate you just so they're your only person of influence. They're your only counsel, your only advice, your only, the only person that you're listening to. They're the only person that's pouring into you. So they have to isolate you to do that, right? And essentially it's like, oh, well, the other people aren't around. They can't tell you nothing. You get what I'm saying? They don't know what we're going through. They don't know what's happening here. They don't know. So they're not here. So they can't tell you what to do, right? So they'll start to diminish those relationships, essentially to destroy even your own authority over your own life, right? And this is how they gain power, okay? So that's one of the tactics of the enemy. But I'm saying this because it doesn't just happen in, say, romantic relationships. You can see this in parental alienation, okay? And I'm speaking from personal experience. I'm aware of parental alienation. In parental alienation, you will have the parent who's, say, wanting to gain said power. You will have them destroy the authority of the other parent by limiting the child's access to that parent. So, of course, if that parent is not present, they can't tell you what to do. Don't listen to them. They're not here. So now say that child starts to rely upon that person less and less, and even feel as if they were to listen or want to hear or anything that other parent may say, it's not reliable, it's not credible. Why? Because that other parent has gained that power, and they've diminished not just the other parent's authority in that child's life, but also even the child's own authority over their own life. And by that I mean, like, I seen a video not long ago where a young boy, he was talking to his mother, and he was saying, he was tired of going to school and everybody got their daddy, and he was like, where's my father? And the mother was like, he's no good. That's the reason why I didn't let him come around. He didn't do this, he didn't do that. And the kid was like, I wish you would have let me make that decision. You know what I'm saying? I wish you would have let me decide if I wanted to see my dad or not before you just made that decision based off what you and him were going through. And it broke my heart to see that, but that was literally parental alienation. So I understand that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, speaking from experience. So then whenever that child does, talk to the parent, if they are able to talk to the parent, their words don't carry much weight because they've pretty much been brainwashed to believe a certain narrative about the other parent, and that was also the main parent, if you will, could gain power over that child. And it's just crazy. But that's when you know that you are under, not being funny, heavy witchcraft, manipulation, and control. And manipulation and control is witchcraft. Okay, it doesn't require you to have love potions and all this other stuff. Our words are very powerful, and you know, the things that we say and the way that we move are very powerful. And so that's definitely one of the tactics of the enemy. When you see it, call it out and separate yourself quickly, because if that person is trying to isolate you to the point that they want to be the only source for you, that's a problem. God should be your only source, and I won't say only, but your main source. You know what I'm saying? So that's a problem. Pay attention.